Hi, Miss Abigail. All right, Mr. Hammer, I'm going to put you right over here, please. And then Mr. Brandon, you'll be in the very back. And then Miss Riley here. Miss Addie right up there. Let's have you guys one line back, though. Miss Lizette, right back here, please. Right there in between. All right, from here, face flags, please. Turn it. Turn and face me. 네. 안녕하십니까? 도장훈. 하나, 명애, 둘, 장결, 셋, 봉사, 정신애로동, 하사불상. Let's warm it up a little bit, hands on the hips. Let's rotate the neck side to side. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Up and down. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. This time from here, you're going to turn your chin to the left side. You're going to bring your chin down across your chest and to the right side. And then back. Ready? 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. All right, this time, arms out in front of you with the thumbs pointed down. Back of the palms together. It's called arm inversions. Pull the thumbs into your body and out, and then back. Ready? 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. All right, this time arm circles. Ready? 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Other way. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. All right. Interlock your hands together now like this. Out in front, waist rotations. 2 counts to the left, 2 counts to the right. Ready? 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 둘, 둘, 셋, 넷, 셋, 둘, 셋, 넷, 넷, 둘, 셋, 넷, 여섯, 둘, 셋, 넷, 여섯, 둘, 셋, 넷, 일곱, 둘, 셋, 넷, 여덟, 둘, 셋, 넷, 아홉, 둘, 셋, 넷, 열, 둘, 셋. And feet together now. Hands on your knees. Turn your knees in a circle. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Other way. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. All right, from here this time, bring your left leg up behind you with your right hand. Grab your foot. Now what I want you to do is I want you to slowly lean forward, and I want you to try to lift your left knee up toward the ceiling. Lean forward as far as you can without falling. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 셋, 셋, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And relax. Let's switch feet. So right leg up and then left hand grabs. So you can get your balance. And then slowly lean it forward. Lift your knee up as high as you can. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 셋, 셋, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And relax. Good. Spread your feet 2 shoulder widths apart. Keep your feet straight, right? Like you're in horse riding stance. So don't move your feet. You're going to turn your body, but keep your feet straight. And then you're going to try and stretch and touch your head to your knee. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And up. To the other side, same thing. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And up. All right, from here to the middle now. Try and touch your elbows to the floor. Keep your knees straight. Don't bend. Don't move them. Ready? 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And up. Good. Now you're going to look to that left side one more time. You're going to bend your right knee. Keep your left leg straight. Make sure that your right knee is on the outside of the right shoulder. Try to keep your right foot flat on the ground if you can. Ready? 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And up. Other side. Same thing. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And up. This time from here. Go ahead and up again. Now from this position here, keep your knees there. You're going to try to get your hips down, just like this. All right. This is what we call the sumo squat. Ready? 하나. Try to keep your back up. 둘 instead of forward. 셋. 넷. 다섯. Keep those knees bent. 여섯. 일곱. 여덟. 아홉. 열. And up. Oh, there you go. Good. Go ahead and have a seat for me, please. Legs open up as wide as you can. Okay, let's turn left. Reach over with that right hand. Try and touch your toes. 하나. 둘. 셋. 넷. 다섯. 여섯. 일곱. 여덟. 아홉. 열. And up. Other side. Same thing. 하나. 둘. 셋. 넷. A hop. Yay! And up to the middle now. Trying to touch your elbows and your forehead to the ground. Hanam. Doi. Set. Net. Set. Set. You're up. You die. A hop. Yay! And up. Feet together, legs straight out in front. All right, this time from here, reach forward, grab your toes, and pull them back towards you. Pull your toes back towards you. Up. Set. Net. Set. You set. You're go. You die. A hop. Yay! And this time, curl your toes down toward the ground. Reach from the outside of your legs and try to grab your heels. Hana! Doi! Set! Net! Set! You set! You're go! You die! A hop! Yay! And up, bottoms of the feet together now. Butterfly stretch. Bring those feet in as close to your body as possible. With your hands, I want you to push down your knees. At the same time, what I want you to do is I want you to bring your knees up toward the ceiling as you're pushing down with your hands. Okay? Ready? Hanam! Doi! Set! Net! Set! You set? You're up. You die. A hop. Yay! And up. Good. Stand up, please. Turn around and fix your toe books. Shake out the legs just a little bit. All right, from here, fighting stance, everyone. Up. All right, so from here, you're going to pick a kick that you're struggling with. All right, and you're going to work on that in place, not moving forward or anything, just in place. All right, shijuk. Okay. It's okay. All right, just try to kick a little bit higher. There you go. Yep. That's what you need to do. And see, that one you're kicking down. So try to kick more out. All right. Okay. Try to bring your knees up toward your belt as you jump. So part of what I want you to do, don't worry about kicking right now. All I want you to do is I want you to jump and turn. So from here, when you jump, that's all I want you to do. Okay, go ahead and try that. Yeah, so you got to jump there. You're kind of hopping, so you got to pick your knees up. All right. That way. Yep, that's what you got to get used to. Because that's how, because that's obviously that's the direction you're going to turn for the kick. So, yep. The hard thing about this is you have to jump with both feet together. It's a lot easier when you're jumping with one. That's a lot easier. Jumping both feet together is a lot harder. So, yeah. It's pretty good, sir. Yeah, and that's the first kick's a little low. Right, it's right at about your shin level. Right, like to see it more out in front of you. Yeah, but of course, the higher the first one goes, the lower the second one's going to be. So watch, you're going to push forward. Oh, you see, all right? See, people always do this on that double kick. They always go here, and then they can push it up really high because it creates that momentum. But the further, and once again, the risk of that is you're going to stub your toe at one point because you're not going to concentrate on how low you're kicking. And so, boom, that's usually what happens. And it happens on the double roundhouse kick versus the double side kick. Yeah. Yeah, so. Yep. And so for us, we just work on try to get knee level, waist level, all right, knee level, chest level is going to be ideal. And then if you can eventually get to face level, that's fine. But having basically, if you can have, 12 to 18 inches of variance, from that low to the high, all right, that'll be key. So sticking a little bit, or are you doing okay, sir, with those? Good. Good. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm just kind of saying. So one of the things that I see is you do the first one fine, but then with the second one, you tend to turn your shoulder. All right. So you go here fine, but then you turn the shoulder, and then so now your kick kind of trails off this way a little bit. Because exactly. So, maybe what you want to do is instead of coming off the back leg, just stay with the front leg here, just stay in place and just work on this motion where you're just kind of watch this and keep it low. Yeah. So, because what I'm noticing on that second one is this happens. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It doesn't. Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. Yes. Overcompensating, right? So, yeah. It does, right? There you go. Yeah, because that's what we're looking for is you're at half pivot on the first and then full pivot on second. But when you do that full pivot, just try not to bring the shoulder. Yeah. Uh-huh. You're missing your target, Mr. Brandon. You're kicking to the side too much. Not too bad, Miss Abigail. I need you to pick your knee up, though. I need you to lift your knee up when you kick. Lift it up as high as you can and then throw your kick. Okay, go ahead and try it. Keep going. Okay, take a 30-second break. And then I want you to pick your second worst kick. All right, and you're going to work on that. Unless you were just working on one side. If you were only working on one side, then you have to work on the other side this time around. If you were smart and you were working both sides, then you can change your kick. Or if you want to get extra work on the bad kick, you can do that too. All right, ready, go, Shijuk. You got to pick your knee up, Miss Abigail. Okay, you got to spin, all right? So, Miss Abigail, to practice right now, this is all I want you to do. Right? You're going to pick your knee up as high as you can, and you're not going to kick. You're just going to spin around in a circle like this. Okay? Let me see. I don't even see your knee. You're not lifting it up. You see my knee? My knee's way up here. Yes. That's what I want to see. But come all the way around. You got to get up on your toes. You got to get up on your toes when you spin.
Okay. I might have accidentally, the camera might have not shown my knee.
That's not a bad kick. What are you doing working on a good kick, sir? Cheater. No, that's fine. That's fine. You've been out of kicking for a while, so everything helps. Yeah, you're not picking your knee up, sir. Yes, that's the motion. And it hurts. Does it hurt? Yeah. On the top side or the, yeah. So we have to work, we have to get this stronger because is that what you tweaked on that side? Oh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, here will help. This motion here. Just do it, but you want to do it slow. Because the reason why is we don't want to just get in the swing because this really doesn't do anything. We're just relying on it, right? Because all of this, the slower you go and the more you do it, you're going to strength build because this is all muscle control here. Right? It's just like doing things slow, right? When we do it fast, you don't necessarily feel it. All right. When you start to break it down and you work on this aspect here, then out, then you start to go, oh, okay, hold on. All right. If you've got one of those like big giant rubber band things, maybe Joy has one or something. You know those ones that you just kind of put around your legs. I may even have. Right, like it's like a giant rubber band, right? Real thick rubber band. Yeah, those therapy bands. So one thing you can do is you can step on it, kind of loop it here, and then put the other one inside your foot, and then you just work on this lift, that part, right? And then you can also work on it from an angle this way. The only problem with that when you're stepping on it is, you have to be very careful to be controlled so that this comes here, because a lot of times we start to do this because it's pulling this way. Yeah. Oh, see, it's good. Yes, that's and I think that's what we're kind of where we're taught, old school. I never really did a lot of the turning, like reverse side kick. It was always reverse back kicks. Yeah. And your shoulders are more down. Mm-hmm. So I think it feels comfortable there. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, but you were taught that from a sparring standpoint, right? Because the moment you turned here, now you exposed yourself to getting counterattacked. Whereas here, you're at least protected. So you've got your elbows in place. So even if you kick and they kick at you, right, they're going to hit you. They're going to hit that elbow over there because hitting you here. Yeah, that's what we're taught that too. So yeah, exactly. They're two different kicks, right? Back kick is basically just staying in place, right? It's that mule kick or donkey kick is what they call it, right? Versus a reverse side kick where you're spotting your target, turning and making it a side kick, just turning to the back. Good. All right, go ahead and take a break, everyone. Get some water. Yes. Go and turn that off. All right, so go ahead and work on Poomsae for just a little bit, please. Natalie, you want to detail Churchung with Miss Addie and Miss Riley, please? All right. So, all right. So once you go through the detail once, then just let them work on their own, and then we'll do with this group here, Paichang. Okay. All right. So, Miss Lizette, Miss Abigail. All right. Let's start off. Chumbi, real quick. Okay. So let's do Taeguk's Hajang, right? To start. Ready? Hana, your double knife hand guarding block. So remember here, right? Shoulder should be sideways, okay? Don't turn your shoulder, right? It should be a sideways. So if I'm looking at you straight ahead, I should be able to see both shoulders, right? It shouldn't look like this, right? See, Miss Abigail, you only see one shoulder, right? You only see my front shoulder. It should look like this, okay? No, right there is good. Stay right there. Good. Okay. Now, when you step forward, put your left hand down like you're doing a palm block, and then come from the belt, spear hand. You got to push forward like a punch. Okay. You should be in front stance, Miss Abigail, front stance. Make sure that the left hand is under your arm, under your elbow, under the right elbow, like this, under the elbow. Miss Abigail, this hand is under the arm, Left hand under the arm. Yep. Good. So it should be touching the elbow. The top of this hand should be touching your elbow. Yes, good. Other side. So keep your hands there. Turn, other side, and double knife hand. Hana. Same thing. Switch your feet and hands, Miss Abigail. Should be here. One. Okay, back stance, right? And then step forward. One, spear hand, two. Okay, hold on. Miss Abigail. Okay, your knife hand doesn't come down. Like, it's not a chop, right? It comes from the belt and it comes straight like a punch. Okay, what's the other hand do? Other hand stays underneath your elbow. Front stance. Straight, not this, straight. Okay, now turn toward the camera, turn toward the front. Knife hand, block, and strike. So this is like a high block, right? Just like your high block, but it's a knife hand. Okay, other hand, Miss Abigail, switch your feet. So one, and then the other hand is a knife hand strike, neck level. See, you're always down here. That's not your neck, right? We talked about this yesterday, right? Let's close up. Okay. Now from here, you do front kick and punch. So 1, 2. All right, now 2 side kicks. Side kick and side kick. And then land, double knife hand. All right, you should be in back stance, Miss Abigail. Not horse riding stance. Okay? All right, I want you guys to practice up to there, please. Fix those stances. All right, gentlemen, let's work on take a parchung just a little bit of detail. All right, from here, Chumbi. All right, first movement, left foot goes forward, right hands come from the right side of your body. 1, Hana. So you have to realize that the front hand is circular motion. So here is circle, this other hand is straight. So from a side view, this is what it should look like. So you see how my front hand, the hand that's going forward, turns. This other hand goes straight. So 1, 2. Okay. And then this hand, right, we want the wrist line in line with your chest. And okay, so we don't want the fist there. We want the wrist. And what that does is it should kind of flatten out that back end so that it's not pointed out. It's not pointed here like this. Okay, just here. So it should kind of square it off. All right. And then we want to make sure that this hand, there's no angle on this hand. This should be parallel with the ground. Okay. All right. So now from here, when we shift to punch, we're just going to move forward, right? That front foot just half foot forward, and you're going to pivot on the right foot. You're going to draw the right hand back to the belt so that you can punch. Okay. Now we're going to do a double front kick, right leg, left leg. So the goal here is belly level, right? Belt to belly level, and then right into the face level front kick. Moving forward. This one is a moving forward motion. So one, key up. As you land, inner block, double punch. Hana! There you go. So inner block, double punch. There you go. You're in a front stance. All right. And then step forward and punch. Net. All right. So now from here, you're going to spin. Yes. There's a key up on the second front kick. All right. So then you're going to bring that left foot around behind you. You're going to put that left foot in the same line that your right foot is on. This is what we call a diamond stance. So what it is a kind of an angled front stance. It's an angled front stance, meaning that basically both the angle of the feet are the same. And the heels are on the same line. Okay, we're going to do an inside out block and a low block. All right, gentlemen, this is the John Travolta Saturday Night Fever pose. All right, so that's what that is. So Brandon's like, what? Yeah, so you're going to be looking towards your low block. All right. So right hand is a 90-degree angle. Straight up and down. And then basically the low block should mimic your back, that straight leg. So the line should be parallel. All right. Now from here, when you shift, you're going to shift into a front stance this way, but you have to move your left foot. You have to open up your stance a little bit. That way you can square off. And then right hand comes forward for 4 counts as the left hand comes in for 4 counts. At the 4th count, your hands should be right on top of each other. So left hand on top of right. Okay. And then from here, now you start rotation. So the left hand the wrist rotates up to the shoulder, while the right hand rotates upward toward the chin. So this is an uppercut movement. So it comes straight for 4 counts, and then you rotate upward for 4 counts. Your chamber starts from the side of your chest. Normally, we do everything from the belt. In this instance here, you're going to start from the chest. So straight across and then upward. Okay? So, and you should be in that front stance position. Now from here, when you step, you're going to do a front cross step. And then you're going to rechamber your hands, 1, into that diamond stance. So straight line here, 90-degree angle on the left hand, right hand parallel with the right leg. All right, and then you're going to open up and pivot. Hand from the left chest, bring it forward for 4 counts, straight, and then rotate for 4 counts up. All right. I'm going to let you work on that part right there. So it's a lot of information. All right. So I expect to be perfect by the time we finish up. So. Oh, come on now. So Miss Abigail, how come you're turned like this? Right? On that last movement. Right? You should be straight. Your front foot should be right toward the camera. So you see my foot? Right? It should be straight like this when I land. Okay, I think your foot is like this. See, you're like this. You're turned. See how my foot is turned? I don't want to be like this. I want to be like this, straight. You see how my foot is straight? Let me see I want you to do the same thing. Okay, so go back here. Go back here and do this part. Front kick punch. Now go back here, go back here, go back to this side, do the spear hand here. Go to do your spear hand this side. Other foot, other hand. There you go. Good. Okay. So now turn toward the camera. Do your knife hand block and strike. One. Should be the other. No. Legs are right. Legs are right. Switch your hands. 1, 2. Yes. Okay. Front kick punch. Okay. Now 2 side kicks. Now put that foot down straight. Yes. And then do your double knife hand. Yes, that's better. Okay. That's what I need to see from you. Okay. Give yourself enough room. Scoot back further if you can. Okay. Keep working. Why are we kicking so slow? And what kind of back stance is that, Miss Lizette? Huh? Then can you see my feet? Can you see my body? See, this is back stance here. Okay, you're doing your back stance looks like this. Okay, your feet don't ever look like the letter L. See, that time now you fixed it. All right, all your back stances should look like that. Okay, let's fix that. There you go, John Travolta, Giles, Travolta, Giles.
So when we do the shift from here,
Mm-hmm.
is it step first?
1. Nope. So from here, 1, and then once you kind of set in the stance, then you can start the movement. So there's a slight pause. Yep. So shift. Yes. And then kind of bent. Yeah. So think of this as it's a block. So 1, and then you rotate 4 counts, and then up. Yes. And that'll be, yep, double knife hand, and then shift. Yep, shift, punch, kick. Now walking into tiger stance. There's 3 stances there. So after you do the front kick, 1, step back to walking, into, you draw it back into your tiger stance. Yeah, some people just, some people just, it's just step, and this, but it's actually walking into tiger. Okay, good. You thoroughly confused, sir? Okay. So which part? It's probably this part. Okay. So 1, yep. 2, 1 key up. And 1 double punch, yep. 2, yes. Correct. Yep. So there. So right now, front knees back. All right, this way. So when I turn, I open up and pivot here. As I do that, this hand will come to my chest, and this hand will come up and into a guard here. Yep. So, and then this hand will be actually turned, because from here we're going to drive forward. This, and then rotate for 4 up. So now when you go, you have to switch your hands. So you have to. So from here, right hand's going to come up here, left hand will come down, because you're going to do your snap. All right. And then you'll shift here, same thing. Yep, and then, yeah, there you go. And then drive forward for 4, and then upward for 4. Yes. Yeah, everything is rotation for the last 4 seconds. So first 4, you're just kind of bringing it together. Bringing it together, and then the last 4, you see how the rotation. So all we're doing is just twisting hands, and this hand is obviously moving upward. Okay. So this just kind of is. Just think of this as like a tension type of a movement. So you've got some resistance as you're executing. That's why we do this slow. Yeah. So you've got some resistance. Because normally we would just come straight up into an uppercut. But all you want you to think about is there's some tension, whether you're in close and you're trying to push someone away, right? Or someone's got a hold of the back part of that hand, So it's tension. Anytime we do those slow movements, there's usually a tension that's a. Okay, good. All right, Miss Abigail, go ahead and continue on and finish the rest of that Poomsae, okay? You too, Miss Lizette. So now right foot turns to the back, face to the front, double knife hand guarding block. Back stance, and then you shift into a front stance. We're gonna do a front kick, step back into a walking stance, step back into a walking stance, bring the right leg into a tiger stance, into your side palm. All right. This is the spank your child. All right. Yeah. This is the spank your child movement. All right. So the hardest thing that because you have to learn how to rotate that wrist. So here to here. Right? It's almost like, the Toy Story monkey, that monkey that plays the cymbals, right? But see, all the monkey is doing is just moving the elbows, right? Right? We have to learn how to twist. It's similar to the outside in block, right? But the outside in block, because you twist so much, right? You can tell this one's a lot harder because you're only twisting halfway. One. Yes. All right, so that's why I like to call this the spank your child, because you don't spank your child like this. That doesn't do any good, right? It's a lot better when you get that whip motion, the rotation of the wrist. I'm sure you would. No, it's up. It's up. Yes. So these side palm blocks, even in Chirchang, right? There is a bend in the wrist. Okay, so this is kind of a close quarters, because obviously the further out you go, the more this tilts. So we're trying to be more vertical as much as possible. That way the elbow bends or the wrist bends and you got support behind it, right? This kind of a block is not as strong as this kind of a block, because now you got the bend of the elbow kind of behind backing the palm, versus when it's here, right? You don't have a lot. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is very hard. This is a very hard movement to generate a lot of power. Yes. Yes. That way you increase the volume. This is what we call volume of movement. The larger the movement we make, the more power we're going to generate. So that's why, yes, you can do a low block from here, right? You can do it. Right? You're still in the same position that I teach, right? But you're doing it from here. You're going to be a lot stronger when you generate from here, right? Versus here, right? So a lot of people, they like to just do this, and that's okay, right? But you're not going to have as much power as if here. This is what we call volume, increasing the length of that movement, all right? So, yeah, so that's the same thing here. A lot of people just go straight to here, right? Instead of here, yeah. Because the further back, now you're adding shoulder, a little bit of hip into it. Yeah. Exactly. Yes. Yep. Step, and then 2. Yep. Yes. Trying to use both hands together. That's the other thing. They're perfect. They're ready for tournament. Oh, okay. Then what are you doing? Why are you all up in my grill, kid? Why gotta all be all up in my grill? So kick, step back, and then draw in. No. Draw in from there. Yes. Yep. Now, this transition, gentlemen. So once you're here, right, into here, you have to make sure, right, don't just do this. That's incorrect, right? From here, if I do this, my tiger stance is off because there's too much space. So I have to actually bring my left foot forward and then out this way a little bit here. That way I get my double knife hand movement. 1, right? 1. And this is the same thing as that guarding block, right? Front hand turns, back hand comes across, right? So it's from here, 1, right? And you're here this way. So shoulders sideways, kind of tight, compact. Then lead leg front kick, punch, draw it back into that tiger stance, same movement, right? That spank. And then from here, you have to pivot on the front foot. You have to move your right foot toward the back. And then that way, 2. So this is kind of awkward. The reason why they designed tiger stance this way, right? A lot of people think, oh, tiger stance, just keep my back leg straight, just pick up my front heel. Incorrect, right? The reason why you bend both knees is a defense mechanism against a kick, okay? So that back knee being bent protects a kick coming up into the groin region from a front kick motion, all right? Now, if someone's doing a push kick into the groin region, you can't defend that. It's not designed to, but it's designed to defend against front kick motion, like a sweeping motion into the groin area. So what happens that back knee protects getting that direct shot. That's why you have to bend both knees, right? And so that's where you're kind of sitting down. Now, what happens a lot of times is some people bend too much and then they start to lean forward or they try to lean back, right? No. 90%, right? So 95% of your weight should be on that back leg. All right. I like to equate this to the Michael Jackson. All right. So from here, no, not the moonwalk part, but when he does that little hip thrust, that hip thrust movement, it's this motion here. So what he's doing is he's sitting back on pushing the hip back, right? And then he's coming up, right? But for us, we're just concentrating on making sure we don't want to be here like this. We actually want to sit down and kind of push the hip out and arch our back just a little bit. All right. My instructor, when he was originally teaching me, he just think of it as a booty thrust, right? Thrust to the back and arch your back. All right. So it should look like this. And for some people, it shouldn't look like it's uncomfortable. I know for some, you guys know how to greatly make it look very uncomfortable. But it should basically just be tight and compact. Okay. And then lead leg front kick, yep. And then punch, and then bring it back into that tiger stance. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So that's a lot of detail, but that should help. So. All right, let's finish up. Good job, everyone. All right, it's all about the details. Pay attention to the details. All right, face the flags, please. 차렷 and 경례. Turn and face me. 차렷 and 경례. Have a good night. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. Class dismissed. Good job, everyone. Come on now.